Now on Good Morning Northwest, it is Thanksgiving, and many of us will be hitting the road to head to our dinner destinations. We'll let you know the best time to avoid the traffic.
And speaking of hitting the road, you'll want to take it a little bit slower this morning as we got some dense fog around the inland Northwest. I'll show you when it lifts coming up in your forecast.
And the Seahawks are set to take on the 49ers tonight in a Thanksgiving rivalry game. But will Geno Smith be taking the field? We have a live report from our sports team who's in Seattle this morning with a Sports Giving Weekend breakdown. You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your Thanksgiving day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. Robin has the day off. Now, some of you are probably up preparing your turkey or cooking up your favorite dishes already and thinking of things that we're thankful for. But speaking of things to be thankful for today, let's toss things over to Matt Gray for a first look at our forecast. Matt, working up to a kind of frosty, foggy day.
Yeah, a little bit of a frosty day, some fog as well. In fact, it is pretty dense fog, especially as you get up to some of the higher benches around Spokane. It is really tough to see out there this morning, and you'll be definitely scraping the windshield if you're heading out early with us. 29 degrees right now in Spokane. And hey, take a deep breath if you're up early, getting the cooking started. Hey, no stress. We got a beautiful weather day coming up today. Just know that if you are on the road early this morning, especially around the West Plains, you really got to slow it down with that freezing fog. You will definitely run into a few slick spots out there on the roads. Visibility a lot better, though, as you get into the valley with some better road conditions as a result. Let's take a look here now. It is still pretty foggy or pretty cloudy, even if you don't have the fog right down to ground level. And as we take a broader look here in just a second around the broader region, you can see this fog and low cloud cover extends all the way through the Palouse and down to the LC Valley. Over the last couple of hours, you can see things generally moving from north to south. That's going to be part of our weather story today as we see winds out of the north. They're going to bring in some cooler air. That's going to lead to some sunshine later today and some nice but chilly weather for the rest of the long holiday weekend. I'll show you that in your extended outlook coming up.
All right, thanks, Matt. Well, AAA says we're in the middle of the biggest travel period we've seen in years. Many of us are still hitting the roads today, hoping to make it home for those holidays. But one man we talked to yesterday said he was relieved to even make it to Spokane. He drove here all the way from Colorado and says his journey to get here was challenging, to say the least. During his drive, he faced multiple slowdowns, making his travels even longer than expected, and he even ran out of gas.
Miscalculated, and there was one point where I actually ran out of gas in Montana, and then some random guy just pulled over like 2 minutes later, and he's like, "Here, take the gas from my lawnmower to get to the gas station." And I said, "Oh, thank you," because it was gonna, I was gonna call AAA. It was gonna cost me like $100.
Well, I'm hoping he made it to his destination safely. Now, according to AAA, if you waited until today to hit the road for your Thanksgiving travels, your best bet for some clear traffic is either before 10 a.m. or after 5 p.m. Well, a man died crashing his car into a tree yesterday. Washington State Patrol says that it happened on Interstate 90 near Sprague just before 8 a.m. An elderly man and woman were pulling off of the freeway at the Sprague Lake Rest area when it was reported the driver was unable to turn the car off of cruise control and then struck a tree. The two were taken to the hospital where the man later died. A Chelan County Sheriff's Office says that a woman was attacked by her son and hurt so badly that she had to be flown to a hospital. They say that this happened on Tuesday night at a home in Kashmere. And deputies say they found Santiago Pena Corona severely injured. When they went to confront Pena Corona, he refused to come out of his room. The sheriff's office says that he eventually did come out and was arrested. He now faces multiple charges, including assault. Well, there's a delay in the deal between Israel and Hamas. Both sides releasing separate statements earlier this week, agreeing to halt in fighting and the release of dozens of hostages. But now everything is on hold, at least until tomorrow. The Israeli National Security Council says no hostages will be released prior to Friday, with one Israeli official saying that delay is partially due to Israel not receiving a list of those expected to be set free. Now, U.S. officials say they have a working list of 10 hostages who may possibly be released once matters are resolved, but they also have a wait-and-see stance on the entire situation.
Hamas doesn't always, it's a terrorist group. So, of course, we're not going to take anything that they say at face value, and we're going to watch very closely to see that they execute their side of the deal.
Well, the National Security Council spokesperson Adrienne Watson says the White House hopes the release of the hostages will be starting tomorrow morning. Next week, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, along with their spouses, will be traveling to Atlanta for a tribute service for former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. The wife of former President Jimmy Carter died on Sunday at 96 years old. A tribute service will be held at Emory University for invited guests. And starting on Monday, a number of ceremonies will be held across the state leading up to her funeral in Plains, Georgia on Wednesday. The Seattle Seahawks are hosting the San Francisco 49ers in a huge rivalry game coming up tonight. For the first time in franchise history, the Seahawks will be playing a home game on Thanksgiving. And our Alex Crescenti is joining us live from Seattle this morning, where the Hawks are preparing for this very big game. Alex, Thanksgiving and football, there's no better combination.
Yeah, that's right, Natalie. Seems like every time Seattle and San Francisco get together in this building, there are massive stakes on the line. You remember, of course, the classic 2014 NFC Championship game, or a few years later, the 2019 regular season finale, that goal line stand that helped propel the 49ers all the way to the Super Bowl. Well, tonight's no different. Seattle's only a game back of first place in the NFC West. A win puts them atop the standings, but that's going to be easier said than done because this 49ers team, they're really no joke. They are top 5 in the defense in the league, a top 5 offense in the league. They're forcing the second most turnovers throughout the NFL. So quarterback Geno Smith really going to have to play close to a perfect game in order for Seattle to stay in this one late. And head coach Pete Carroll knows the stakes of this game are huge and what it means for a win.
It just feels like playoff time for the rest of the season. If we're so fortunate to be rolling in that kind of area, it just feels like that. Every game coming up is crucial, and this one is, just kind of as obvious as it gets. So I hope the fans are juiced and ready to go, and we will be, and make it a great night. We'll look good in the unis and all that. It'll be an exciting night.
Now, this game begins just a month-long gauntlet for the Seahawks. They got to play the 49ers twice in 3 weeks. They also have the Cowboys and the Eagles during that same time period. So a win goes a long way in terms of keeping up pace in the NFC standings for the playoffs here. But this is maybe going to be the most exciting game of the afternoon here, Natalie. I know, every year it's the Lions and the Cowboys, and of course they're playing the Packers here earlier this morning, but I think this is the game you want to be watching if you're a football fan, Natalie. I know you can back me up on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I know the Vikings played, the Minnesota Vikings played last year in the Thanksgiving game, and they ended up winning, which is so fun because they get to eat the turkey at the end and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully the Seahawks are able to pull it out tonight. Thanks so much, Alex. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:08 on this Thursday. We have a nice day ahead of us, but first we got to get through this fog and freeze. Matt's joining us now for a look at those changes.
Yeah, that's right. Big change in our temperatures this morning. A lot of places 9, 10 degrees cooler than we were this time yesterday. It's just part of a cooling trend. Definitely keep that thermostat adjustment handy here for the days ahead. Your extended outlook coming up.
And still to come on Good Morning Northwest. Are you an X user? Well, we'll have some good news for you. Headlines are returning to articles on the social media platform. What owner Elon Musk says is behind this change. And no matter if it's pumpkin, pecan, French silk, or apple, you can't have Thanksgiving without some pie. We're taking a look at the crowds that flocked to one local shop. Coming up right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Local at the Tin Roof.
What is a jewelry design center? Locally owned and the largest jewelry store in the region, offering you more choices, more options. A showroom filled with world-famous brands and designers. A center who also creates exclusive designs and one-of-a-kind pieces. Whose specialized selection process ensures the brightest diamonds and most vivid gems. We are not your average jewelry store. We are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Or qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $249 a month. Or get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Shop local at the Tin Roof.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome back in. It is 6:12 on this Thursday. A U.S. warship shot down attack drones over the Red Sea this morning. According to the United States Central Command, the USS Thomas Hunter fired, quote, multiple one-way attack drones launched in Yemen. The drones were reportedly shot down while on patrol. Officials say there was no damage to the ship or any injuries sustained by the crew. Tensions have increased in the Red Sea region since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. Now, on Sunday, Galaxy Leader cargo ship was hijacked in the Red Sea with about 25 crew members on board. The U.S. has demanded the immediate release of that cargo ship and its crew. Well, here's some good news for Twitter or X users. Headlines are coming back to X. The short-lived experiment to post articles without them is now coming to an end on the social media platform, which is formerly known as Twitter. CEO Elon Musk removed those headlines under posts of links back in early October, saying it was for aesthetic reasons. But users have since complained that without headlines, posts are lacking context. Their return will appear a little different, though. Musk says that the headlines will appear as an overlay to the image of an article rather than below it.
Takeaways for your weather on this long holiday weekend for many of us. Slick, foggy conditions here this morning, but some sunshine in the afternoon. And make sure you got the mittens for those cooler temperatures this weekend.
Well, Thanksgiving, you think pie, or at least some of us do. Those are our favorite treats on Thanksgiving. Take a look at this line that was around the block at Bertie's Pie Shop yesterday. The workers there baked more than 5,000 pies ahead of Thanksgiving, and they look pretty good. The owner says after yesterday's pie pickup, she and her staff are taking a much-needed break.
We actually are closed for a whole week after, so we are very excited to rest with our families and enjoy the holiday.
Definitely a well-needed and a well-deserved break. Of course, as you can imagine, it's one of Bertie's Pie's busiest days of the year. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:14 on this Thursday. Let's take a live look out at One Spokane Stadium this morning. They got the blue lights lit up for us this morning. Thanks so much for starting your Thanksgiving with us. We got more Good Morning Northwest coming up right after the break.
Celebrate the holidays and the magic of the season at Madison Home Market. Madison Home Market is the perfect place to find holiday gifts and festive decor to warm your home. From unique furniture to one-of-a-kind ornaments.
Madison Home Market, 2928 North Medelia.
The Plant Farm poinsettias are here. Bring on the holidays and shape your Christmas world with the Plant Farm. Bring home the vibrant Bravo Red or break tradition and surprise your family with their many specialty colors like pink, orange, and even multicolored. Bring home a Plant Farm poinsettia today because life is better in the garden and your home.
this time of year, conditions can change drastically in minutes. For weather that extreme, you need the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Team. Online, on the air, and on the app. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
As a family-owned company, Factory Rep Blinds really does care about each and every one of our customers and the experience that they have with us. Our company's founder, Gary, was a factory representative for 36 years. We bring all the samples to you because your home is really the best showroom. And we professionally measure and install the window treatments for you. That's why our customers tell their friends who tell their friends.
Call us or schedule your free consultation today at FactoryRepBlinds.com. Factory Rep Blinds.
The love that goes into a Subaru comes out when Subaru and our retailers share the love. 116,000 animals supported, 3,300 wishes granted, 4.3 million meals provided, and over 400 national parks protected. Be a part of something bigger. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
Drive new Subaru models with 4.9% financing at AutoNation Subaru.
We aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a Lennox premier dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market, with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy greater comfort and lower energy costs. Call us today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates.
Call Norco Heating and Air today.
One of R&B and funk's finest, Tower of Power, with the Holidays and Hits Tour. Friday, December 8th at the Fox Theater. Tickets on sale now at foxtheaterspokane.com. Tower of Power.
Celebrate the holidays and the magic of the season at Madison Home Market. Madison Home Market is the perfect place to find holiday gifts and festive decor to warm your home. From unique furniture to one-of-a-kind ornaments.
Madison Home Market, 2928 North Medelia.
KXLY, celebrating 70 years on the air. Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back in. Now, even without the snow, you can still get into the holiday spirit this weekend with some tree lightings happening in our area. Coeur d'Alene's kicks off on Friday at 5 p.m. with a parade full of festive floats. And then after that, you'll want to head to the resort where they're flipping the switch on the 1.5 million lights to shine right at 7 o'clock. And the holiday fireworks, of course, show begins right after. On Saturday, the city of Spokane will be hosting its own celebration down at Riverfront Park. The party starts at 4 o'clock with some live music and free hot chocolate leading up to the tree lighting at 6. For more about both of these events, you can head on over to our website, KXLY.com. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Tree lighting is coming up this weekend. It's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy to think about. It's Thanksgiving, and then we head into Christmas time. But I already have all my Christmas decorations up, so
I'll tell you what's crazy, because the weather is just calm, beautiful, perfect, really, for the next few days.
Maybe that's why it doesn't feel like we're heading into the holidays.
Usually things get a little bit wild around here around Thanksgiving for one reason or another, but hey, we are lucking out this year. We do have a bit of a foggy start though this morning you'll want to be aware of, and take it a little bit slower, especially around Spokane. Sunny though, and a little bit of breeze for the afternoon. That's going to usher in some colder air that's going to be moving in for this weekend before some dreary conditions return. Visibility gives you a good idea of where that fog is, right down at the ground level, and largely that's at the South Hill and the West Plains. And so for the next couple of hours at least, those areas, freezing fog, some slick spots out there in the roads as well, and very limited visibility. So hey, slow down. Seeing some fog as well in the Tri-Cities if you're headed that direction, or you got family headed up today. Cloudy skies to start, but the sun will pop out in the afternoon, largely because of these winds out of the north. That'll really help mix up our atmosphere, and that'll help those clouds and fog dissipate fairly quickly later today. Temperatures will be in the 40s. Low 40s in Spokane, mid 40s in Coeur d'Alene, upper 40s in places like Lewiston, Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, and Omak. Enjoy the warmer temperatures, because with some winds out of the north here for the next few days, that means lots of cooler air is going to be coming down. And just a couple of days from now, we're going to be struggling to get up into the mid 30s. Look at these temperatures for tonight, even a little bit cooler than what we are seeing this morning. We'll be down to 25 in Spokane. Colville's down to 18 tonight, low 20s in Pullman. upper 20s, places like Omak, mid-20s, Sandpoint, and Bonners Ferry. And take a look at this. We'll be down to right about 20 degrees Sunday morning in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Likely means we'll see a lot more upper teens on the map as well. And that chilly weather continues through early next week. The one big difference, though, is as we head into next week, we're likely going to see things get cloudy again to where we're just kind of stuck in that malaise of the cloud cover that really doesn't kind of ever dissipate throughout the day. So let's enjoy the sunshine while it's here.
Yeah, before we got to break out those happy lights. Get the vitamin D. Increase the vitamin D.
I've got one in the back right here.
Yeah.
Just in case that fog takes a little bit longer to lift.
Yeah, you got to have it. All right. Thanks, Matt. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 5:20 on this Thursday. And what proved to be a very competitive tournament, the Gonzaga Bulldogs took on UCLA for the 5th place spot in the Maui Invitational. We have highlights from last night's game coming up right after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hi, I'm Garrett, and I'm a holiday comfort advisor. I've lived on Spokane South Hill for years now, and I love being able to service customers in my own neighborhood and sometimes making friends while doing it.
I started Holiday in Cheney, and now we've grown to service all areas in the Spokane region.
Like South Hill, Northside, Deer Park, Spokane Valley, and even Coeur d'Alene. Just like Garrett, we are all connected to the local area.
Fixed right where it's free. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric.
New Emergency Crystals pop and fizz when you throw them back. And who doesn't love a good throwback? Emergency Crystals.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking the gang to the slopes in an available all-wheel drive Pilot, delivering presents in a rugged Passport, or hauling a few toys for yourself in a powerful Ridgeline. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's the only time of year the reindeer fly. You can't see them on their sleigh ride across the sky. Gather all your friends around or go out and paint the town. It's the only time of year the whole wide world turns upside down.
Did you just buy a new home and don't have a lot of extra cash on hand for furniture? Or are you upsizing your home and need to fill it? Consign Furniture in Liberty Lake can help by saving you thousands on decorating your home. With over 60,000 square feet of inventory, we have a variety of unique, budget-friendly items that will add value while saving you a ton of money. And the best part? You don't have to overspend. Buy here and save up to 70% off retail with countless designer name brand options to choose from. Consign Furniture, the smart way to buy, easy way to sell.
Lewis Culligan, your local water experts since 1936. The world's most efficient water softener. Safer drinking water in every glass. Convenient, reliable delivery. Industry-leading technology. Here for every water worry.
Now, even though the Gonzaga Bulldogs aren't coming away with the championship at this year's Maui Invitational, the team is still headed home from Hawaii with a lot to be thankful for. Gonzaga facing UCLA in the 5th place game, and Anton Watson had it working early, throwing it down with one hand. He had 15 points in the first half. The Zags up 4 at the break. The Bruins answer back. Lazar Stefanovic with the 3 to put UCLA up by 1. And the Zags didn't go away there. Nolan Hickman from way downtown to put the Bulldogs back on top by 5 at 46-41. And Watson would take care of the rest. He jumps in, he tosses in rather the jump hook and finishes with a career high 32 points on 14 of 15 shootings. And the Zags go on to win it 69-65, improving to a 4-1 on the season. They'll host Cal State Bakersfield next Tuesday. And of course, your sports giving coverage doesn't stop there. Julian and Alex are reporting live from Seattle all weekend long, including coming up here in our next half hour on Good Morning Northwest. Today, it's all about the Seahawks as they try to retake the top spot in the NFC West. We'll have live reports all day long on 4 News Now, and of course, streaming on your connected TV's free KXLY Plus app. And it's all leading up to the Apple Cup, which is taking place on Saturday, where WSU and UW will be facing off at 1 o'clock at Husky Stadium. Well, the digital world is rapidly overtaking our lives. Instead of having something repaired, it's cheaper and usually easier to just replace it. But there are some things that just can't be replaced.
It seems like people that have a fondness for books, I don't know, that maybe they're a different breed.
Willem Bosch is a different breed himself, a breed that is slowly slipping away with the digital world. He's Spokane's last bookbinder. From his workshop on the edge of downtown, he takes family heirlooms and restores them for generations to come.
I start off with a sheet of board like this, and in order to get it down to size, got a T-square here so I can get everything nice and square.
4 News Now will be taking you inside of his workshop and show you how he brings the books back to life and how he became Spokane's last bookbinder. You can catch that full story tonight on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:26 on this Thanksgiving Thursday. Before we go, here's a first look at what's coming up this morning on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the legal battle dividing one of the biggest duos of the 1980s. Hits like these made Hall & Oates Rock and Roll Hall of Famers. But this morning, Daryl Hall of the Grammy-nominated duo suing his former musical brother, John Oates. Most details are sealed, but the case type, as filed in Nashville court, lists contract/debt and reportedly involves a dispute over division of royalties and/or over Oates performing some of their biggest hits solo on tour. It's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News, New York.
COPD hasn't been pretty. It's tough to breathe and tough to keep wondering if this is as good as it gets. But Trelegy has shown me that there's still beauty and breath to be had. Because with 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps my airways open and prevents future flare-ups. And with 1 dose a day, Trelegy improves lung function, so I can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Once Daily Trelegy for COPD, because breathing...
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
26 years strong!
Do you have property damage? Burke's Restoration provides full-service emergency response for residential and commercial disasters. Wind damage? Burke's can handle that. Is flooding your problem? Burke's Restoration knows just what to do. Fire or smoke damage? Call Burke's today. You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Burke's Restoration takes care of fire, smoke, wind, or water damage and more. Tell your insurance company you choose Burke's Restoration. Call or click today.
Hot Seat Thursdays are hotter than ever at Mistaqua Casino Hotel. The fun begins at 4 p.m. with cash prizes. Hot seats every Thursday through Thanksgiving. Learn more at Mistaqua.com.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $5,250 total cash allowance on this Silverado. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Save online now with our latest membership-only savings book, or in-store starting Friday at 5 a.m. at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store, saving you more this holiday season.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We are kicking off our 6:30 half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker, following the stories people are reading about this morning. Gonzaga prep students are setting records for generosity. They collected and delivered more than 66 tons of food to local families, food pantries, and other charities during their annual food drive, which took place on Wednesday. The food will be going to more than 2,000 people in the Spokane community. Now, because of the holidays, here is some city closures that you should know about here in Spokane. At City Hall, the court and the community justice services, they'll all be closed today and tomorrow. Garbage pickup will be a day late for those with Thursday and Friday pickups, and libraries will also be closed. Well, thanks so much for starting off your Thanksgiving with us. I'm Natalie Grant. Robin has the morning off. We're waking up to a little bit of fog in some areas out here, but it sounds like we're gonna have a good day on tap. Let's toss things over to Matt Gray, who's in for Mark this morning.
Yeah, things are going to turn out pretty nice, but there is that fog that is certainly going to cause a few problems on the West Plains. And as you head down to 195 south of downtown Spokane, that fog is quite dense this morning, and it does spread over to places like in many of our South Hill neighborhoods where things are pretty foggy to start the day. And it is freezing fog with temperatures in the 20s. So you need some extra time to hit the defrost in the car, and you should just go ahead and slow down with that low visibility, especially on I-90 as we get our day started. And another reason why we're looking at all this, some slick spots at area roads with those road temperatures down in the 20s and below freezing across almost everywhere in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene metro area. Now, if you're not seeing that fog like we are seeing now in the downtown area of Spokane, we're starting to see it lift a little bit, but we will continue to see cloudy skies here for the rest of this early to mid-morning time frame. As you can see, those yellow and orange colors, lots of fog around. Now, we'll start off with the fog, but with our winds picking up in the afternoon, that'll help mix up the atmosphere. That'll get us to sunny skies for the second half of the day, and temperatures will rise pretty quickly as a result, and we'll end up in the 40s. This will actually be our last day with highs in the 40s for quite some time as a cooling trend comes in starting on Friday. I'll show you how chilly it gets coming up.
Cherish those 40s while we have them. Thanks, Matt. Well, Thanksgiving is a day for family members to share those meals and be thankful for one another. But for those people who don't have people to share some food with, a local restaurant in Spokane Valley provides Thanksgiving meals for them. Vance Emerson owns the Ponderosa Bar and Grill in Spokane Valley. He says his mom always wanted to give back to the community, and that has inspired him to provide Thanksgiving meals. Now, despite the passing of his mom back in 2011, Emerson says that he wanted to continue her legacy.
She left a huge mark in the area and just in the Spokane area, and it's something that, you know, you want to live up to that. You want to give back because it does make a difference.
Moms are just the best, setting some good examples there. Well, today from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., anyone is welcome to eat a Thanksgiving meal at the restaurant. Taking a look around the Northwest, a synagogue on Mercer Island near Seattle was vandalized with messages spray painted on the walls. It happened overnight on Tuesday. The blow to the Jewish community comes as tensions remain high amid the Israel and Hamas war. Now, Scott Mogul and his family have been members at that synagogue now for more than 12 years.
The first thing is it made me sick and fearful. You know, this whole thing going on, you know, in Israel and Gaza it's just been horrible, and it's horrible for the Palestinians. It's horrible for Israelis.
Now, 5 other Seattle synagogues have recently received suspicious packages, prompting evacuations and hazmat responses. Now, yesterday afternoon, the Mercer Island Synagogue posted on its Facebook page saying, despite this adversity, our commitment to leading fulfilled, connected Jewish lives remains steadfast. Thank you for standing strong with us. The FBI is now leading this investigation. And taking a look around the nation, it was a fiery crash heard around North America. A car exploding in Niagara Falls along the Canadian border and triggering a massive response. That car went airborne, flew over a fence, and then crashed into a security station. Andrea Fujii has a look at the crash and the investigation.
This morning, new information about the vehicle that crashed and exploded on the Rainbow Bridge at a U.S.-Canada border checkpoint, killing the 2 people inside.
I've never seen anything like this.
can you feel? The car just exploded.
Authorities say the driver, a man from Western New York, had just left the area of a nearby casino. Authorities say he and the passenger, his wife, both died.
I seen something airborne. I first thought it was an airplane. It looked like slow motion. And I said, my God, it's a car.
Security video shows what is reportedly a $300,000 Bentley driving up to 100 miles an hour. It goes airborne and out of frame. Officials say it crashed at a secondary U.S. checkpoint, bursting into flames.
Extraordinarily high rate of speed that led to the crash into the median that sent the vehicle airborne. And when you see this video, your jaw will drop in disbelief at how this went so high over an 8-foot high fence. It's rather extraordinary.
The incident that happened just before noon yesterday prompted terrorism concerns and closed all 4 international border crossings between Western New York and Canada. The Buffalo airport also closed to international flights, all on one of the busiest travel days of the year before Thanksgiving. Hours later, New York Governor Kathy Hochul reassured the public there were no signs of a terror attack.
I want to be very, very clear to Americans and New Yorkers. At this time, there is no indication of a terrorist attack.
The FBI says they've now finished their investigation and found no explosive materials and no terrorism nexus. All U.S.-Canada bridges except the Rainbow Bridge have since reopened, and international flights to Buffalo Airport have resumed. What's not clear is whether the driver, whose identity has not been released, intended to crash or if this was an accident. There was a Border Patrol officer working in the booth at the time of the crash who suffered minor injuries. The Niagara Falls Police Department is still investigating. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Preparing for Paris. Well, rehearsals are now underway in Greece at the ancient Olympia site for the Olympic flame lighting ceremony. Officials revealed yesterday that 600 torchbearers will be carrying that flame through the mainland of Greece and 7 of its islands starting on April 16th. Greece's Olympic rowing champion Stefano Neouskos will be the first torchbearer. The flame will be handed over to Paris organizers on April 26th for the French relay before the games themselves start on July 26th. It's coming up here. Well, Thanksgiving came early for some residents at the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago. Check this out. Zoo staff spent Wednesday providing a Thanksgiving meal for its 2 ring-tailed lemurs, Ramses and Moses. It wasn't just an ordinary holiday spread, though. The food was inspired by a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, which aired for the first time 50 years ago this year. The 16-year-old primates snacked on some popcorn, toast, jelly beans, pretzel sticks, pies, and apple juice. Of course, the ingredients were all tweaked to make sure that it fit their diets, and it was both delicious and nutritious. Very fun. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:38 on this Thanksgiving. We're starting off a little chilly, but it's going to be a nice day out. Let's check in with Matt Gray. Looks like we went up a degree since we started the show.
We're really warming up now here this morning. Yeah, we were down to 27 early this morning, but it does look like we're starting to warm up fairly quickly. And that's good news for getting this fog out of here and having a really nice Thanksgiving. We're tracking a cooling trend coming up in your extended outlook.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
It's out with Thanksgiving and in with Thanksgiving during the 4-day Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings add up. Check out doorbusters while they last, plus 6 years no interest. The 4-day Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
Whether you're a rapper or a wrap-it-upper, AutoNation knows there's nothing better than ending the year with a great car. So celebrate the holidays by wrapping up a new AutoNation Toyota. Lease a 2023 Toyota 4Runner for only $579 a month. Plus, we'll buy your car for more jingle. Now that's a wrap. Go to AutoNation Toyota or AutoNation.com now. What drives you drives us. AutoNation Toyota.
Helping the communities thrive aligns with BECU's core values. One event that I'm really proud of that we support is the Nonprofit Showcase.
You know, I think the coolest part of this event is the ability for the public to see so many different nonprofits in one spot. And then you get that chance to understand how you might be able to engage best with each of them.
I'm proud to say that they're going to be doing it again, and I want to encourage everybody to come out, learn a little bit what's going on in your community, and spend some time potentially volunteering and find something that you're passionate about.
As a family-owned company, Factory Rep Blinds really does care about each and every one of our customers and the experience that they have with us. Our company's founder, Gary, was a factory representative for 36 years. We bring all the samples to you because your home is really the best showroom. And we professionally measure and install the window treatments for you. That's why our customers tell their friends who tell their friends.
Call us or schedule your free consultation today at FactoryRepBlinds.com. Factory Rep Blinds.
It's the 4-day Black Friday super sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or get up to $200 off our Denver Mattress brand lineup, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The 4-day Black Friday super sale, only at Denver Mattress.
As many of us prepare to gather with our friends and family today to eat some good food, there are some things to remember to make sure that your Thanksgiving is a healthy one. Just this summer, the CDC put out a warning about salmonella that was linked to flour. And while flour doesn't exactly look like a raw food, most flour is raw, meaning it hasn't been treated to kill those germs that can cause food poisoning. So to keep your family safe and healthy, don't consume any of that raw flour. That includes things like cookie dough or batter. Make sure to wash your hands after handling the raw flour and anything raw flour touches, like bowls or utensils. And finally, keep that raw flour and dough separate from the foods that will not be cooked. A new study has found that long-term uses of ADHD medications can raise the risks of heart disease. Researchers in Sweden found that overall heart disease risk was 23% higher for people who used ADHD meds for more than 5 years compared to those who didn't. Now, doctors commonly prescribe these stimulants to treat ADHD, which are known to elevate blood pressure, making the heart work harder.
But here's your 10-second takeaway for your weather. It's a little foggy this morning. There are going to be some slick spots, especially on the West Plains, but some sunshine will show up later today, along with some chillier temperatures.
With cold and flu season ramping up, health officials say COVID vaccination rates are lower than they'd like to see. The CDC says roughly 15% of adults and 5% of children have gotten the latest COVID vaccine as of mid-November. Now, COVID hospitalizations are nearly 3 times higher than they were during this summer's record low, but still lower than they were this time last year. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:43 on this Thursday. We got Matt's full forecast coming up right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call SWAP. I gotta call SWAP.
Here you go.
That's it? I'm calling them.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.99% APR for up to 60 months on your favorite Toyota certified used models. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Funds are limited. Apply today. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
Hi, I'm Garrett, and I'm a holiday comfort advisor. I've lived on Spokane South Hill for years now, and I love being able to service customers in my own neighborhood and sometimes making friends while doing it.
I started Holiday in Cheney, and now we've grown to service all areas in the Spokane region.
Like South Hill, Northside, Deer Park, Spokane Valley, and even Coeur d'Alene. Just like Garrett, we are all connected to the local area.
Fixed right where it's free. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric.
They're so much more than employees, so give them the health plan they deserve. Premera Blue Cross, with access to a wide range of mental health resources. Premera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It is the season of giving, and One Heart Spokane, a local nonprofit, is doing just that. Volunteers spent part of yesterday providing Thanksgiving meals to families within Spokane public schools. More than 100 volunteers showed up to help children in need. They packed box after box with turkey, rolls, sparkling cider, and of course that pumpkin pie. Now, this is the 6th year that they've done this. The first year they served 75 families, and this year it's up to 250. One volunteer said he's blessed to be in a position where he can help others.
And there's a lot of people out there that are hurt and lost, don't have families, for the holidays aren't always, a good time for everybody. And so just being able to show compassion and love, it's needed in this community.
Absolutely. Well, after packing hundreds of boxes of foods, volunteers then loaded their cars to hand deliver those 250 Thanksgiving meals to the families in need. Well, check this out. A wild moose chase is underway in southern Minnesota. A herd of fans have been following along with this moose for weeks now, keeping track of the young male online as it's meandered through central and into southern Minnesota. Now, big game experts think that he's looking for home territory, and he could hit the bullseye if he finds some other moose or moves north. And being from northern Minnesota, there's quite a few moose that are up in the northern parts, but he's got a long trek to go if he wants to make it up there.
Oh boy, a little far from home.
Little far from home, but hopefully he finds a home here soon.
Yeah, well, if you're heading home, maybe to have some grandma's turkey, grandma's pie, right? So travel's going to be a little bit slower in some spots this morning because of some dense fog, but after that, things are looking pretty good. The sunshine's going to come out a little later today. Friday's looking pretty good. This weekend is looking pretty good, but it is going to be a little bit chillier, so just something to keep in mind. Temperatures right now, we are starting to warm a little bit. Spokane's up to 30 degrees. We were up down to 27 earlier this morning. We're at 31 in Coeur d'Alene. Still cold enough that we got that freezing fog hanging around that could lead some slick spots out on area roads. So, hey, just keep it a little bit slower for the next couple of hours. We'll see that fog lift. It is lifting already here in downtown Spokane as we're watching. But here's how things go later in the day. Temperatures will pop up into the 40s pretty quickly once that sun comes out. Should be a really nice end to the day. And then quickly falling temperatures as we head through the evening, as will be even chillier tonight with cooler air coming in. Our highs today, Spokane gets up to 42. We're at 44 in Coeur d'Alene, upper 40s in places like Lewiston, Grand Coulee, and Omak. In the Idaho Panhandle and Northeast Washington, will end up in the low 40s as well, with that mix of clouds and sunshine. Here's those temperatures for tonight. And this is going to be a pretty common trend here. Upper teens to mid-20s. We're going to see a lot more low 20s as we head over the next few days as that cool air continues to come down for the north. This is going to be our pattern for the next couple of days, and we're just going to end up staying in this zone here where the skies are clear. All the active weather that's out to our south and our east is going to be going away. But take a look at this. You see these clouds coming down the northern Rockies? More cool air moving in for this weekend. And so our temperatures will respond as a result. By the time we get to Sunday morning, lows down to about 20 degrees. That means there's going to be a lot of places that drop down into the teens once you get outside of the urban core. And we're just going to stay in that range, which is a little below average for this point in the year, all the way through this upcoming week.
Yeah, not a too bad week, though. I mean, I know it's going to get a little dreary towards the end.
It is going to be a little dreary next week, but until then, we'll have the sun come out during the afternoons. That's what we need. Everyone's mood brightens when that sun comes out.
Soak up that vitamin D while we can, while it's still here. All right, thanks, Matt. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:49 on this Thursday. Thanks for waking up with us. Your morning sprint is coming up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Washington Cares Fund.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $5,250 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Spokane's grand holiday tradition lives at Christmas Tree Elegance in the Davenport Hotel and River Park Square. Fabulous packages raffled to support our symphony.
We want a tree.
We want a tree, and so can you.
This is not just laundry. This is laundry that's one and done. This is the ultra-fast combo laundry machine that does both washing and drying cycles. This is revolutionizing laundry. This is GE Profile.
Save over 24% on a GE Profile laundry machine on sale for only $21.99.
Don't miss Fred's Black Friday sale going on now.
Of course you like the only thing old about a woman that you can't see. Shut up! You like her because she's young. She looks good, tight skin. You can lie to her and she'd probably believe it more than an older woman would. You don't have to lie and say they have old songs. They don't have old songs!
Nikki Glazer, The Good Girl Tour, December 14th at Spokane Live at Spokane Tribe Casino. Tickets on sale now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Brought to you by Spokane Tribe Casino.
It's Thanksgiving with the New York Housewives, plus comedian Matt Rogers. I want to talk about your Christmas albums.
I fully hacked the system and got a record deal. Kelly Clarkson, you can take that home.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
The updated COVID vaccine is available now and at no cost for most people 6 months and older. If it's been more than 2 months since your last COVID vaccine or infection, it's time to maximize your protection against the latest variants. The updated vaccine reduces your risk of serious illness or developing long COVID symptoms, even if you've already been vaccinated or infected. So schedule your appointment today. To learn more about the vaccine, where to get it, and how to stay safe and healthy, visit takecarewa.org.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, the time is now 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday, or your Thursday rather, in this morning sprint. Sports director Julian Minnesota is live in Seattle, where the Seahawks are playing their first ever Thanksgiving home game. And Matt Gray is here on a foggy morning to tell us about some chilly weather right around the corner here. But first, AAA says we're in the middle of the biggest travel period we've seen in years. Many of us are still hitting the roads today, though, hoping to make it home for the holidays. According to AAA, if you waited until today to hit the road for your Thanksgiving travels, your best bet for clear traffic is either before 10 a.m. or after 5 p.m. A man died crashing his car into a tree yesterday. Washington State Patrol says that it happened on Interstate 90 near the town of Sprague just before 8 a.m. An elderly man and woman were reportedly pulling off of the freeway at Sprague Lake Rest area when it was reported that the driver was unable to turn off the cruise control and struck a tree. The two were then taken to the hospital, where the man later died. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office says a woman was attacked by her son and hurt so badly that she had to be flown to the hospital. They say that this happened on Tuesday night in a home in Kashmir. Deputies say they found Santiago Pina Corona severely injured. When they went to confront Pina Corona, he refused to come out of his room. The Sheriff's Office says that he did eventually come out and was arrested. He now faces multiple charges, including assault.
And it's a foggy start in many areas in the inland northwest, but as the winds pick up later today, that'll help mix up our atmosphere and the sun will come out. We should have a really nice second half of the day. Looking a bit longer term, temperatures are going to get a lot cooler tonight. We'll be down to the mid-20s. That'll set us up for many cool nights and cool afternoons ahead in your weather.
And forget the turkey, forget the mashed potatoes, the stuffing. The Seattle Seahawks are hoping to feast on the 49ers defense. Seattle hosting its first ever Thanksgiving Day home game against the San Francisco 49ers, and it's a big one. Seattle sits one game behind the 49ers for first place in the NFC West. Quarterback Geno Smith is expected to play after injuring his elbow against the Rams on Sunday. Kickoff is at 5:20 tonight here at Lumen Field. It's all part of our Sports Giving weekend, where we have the Seahawks, followed by the Apple Cup at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
The release of dozens of hostages held by Hamas is now delayed until at least tomorrow. The Israeli National Security Council says no hostages will be released prior to Friday, with one Israeli official saying that delay is partly due to Israel not receiving a list of those expected to be set free. The U.S. officials say they have a working list of 10 hostages who may possibly be released once matters are resolved, but they also have a wait-and-see stance on the situation. National Security Council spokesperson Adrian Watson says the White House hopes the release of the hostages will start tomorrow morning. Well, next week, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, along with their spouses, will be traveling to Atlanta for a tribute service for former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. The wife of former President Jimmy Carter died on Sunday at 96 years old. The tribute service on Tuesday will be held at Emory University for invited guests. Well, headlines are coming back to X, formerly known as Twitter. CEO Elon Musk removed those headlines under posts of links back in early October, saying it was for aesthetic reasons. But users complained that without headlines, posts are lacking context. Now, Musk says that the headlines will now appear as an overlay to an image of an article rather than below it. And here's what's coming up next on Good Morning America. If your Thanksgiving meal prep isn't going quite as well as you'd like, well, don't fret. The experts from the Butterball Turkey Hotline will be live in Times Square taking your questions. Plus, the CEO of Fresh Market will have some helpful last-minute Thanksgiving dinner tips. That's all in just a few minutes on Good Morning America. Well, Thanksgiving Day is a day for family members to share meals and be thankful for one another. For those who don't have the people to share that food with, the Ponderosa Bar and Grill in Spokane Valley is providing Thanksgiving meals for them. Vance Emerson, who owns the restaurant, says that his mom, who died in 2011, always wanted to give back to the community.
She left a huge mark in the area and just in the Spokane area. And it's something that, you want to live up to that. You want to give back. Because it does make a difference.
Today from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., anyone is welcome to come on in and grab a plate. Now, because of the holiday, there are some city closures you need to know about. In Spokane, City Hall, the court, and the Community Justice Services building will be closed today and tomorrow. Garbage pickup will be a day late for those with the Thursday and Friday pickup, and libraries will be closed as well. We'll be back to wrap things up with a final check of the weather right after this break.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean,
whoa.
4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
We're standing up for our right to be lazy.
Not literally, of course.
We work hard. We deserve to scroll hard.
It's the Black Friday sale. Save 30% on everything. Plus 0% interest until 2027.
We've earned our lazy time. What she said.
Hurry in. Black Friday sale going on now. Lazy Boy. Long live the lazy.
As the sun is rising this morning, we're keeping an eye on that fog and low cloud cover, and it is mostly low cloud cover down here in downtown Spokane. Still looking, though, at the West Plains and the South Hill for some dense fog. As we head over the next couple of hours, that fog will continue to lift, and we'll see a little bit of sun before the end of the day. Enjoy our afternoon in the 40s because it's going to be the last time we see those 40s for highs for a little while. Cooler air is on the way, and that means eventually some cloudy skies, but mostly we're talking about some cooler temperatures. Natalie?
Well, thanks so much for starting off your Thanksgiving with us. We'll be with you all morning long throughout GMA. That starts in just a few seconds.